Alright guys, so we've got something a little bit different for you today. Nell and Vic have recently come back from a VW based adventure in Brazil. So we're going to go through some of the pictures and stuff and talk about your adventure. So yeah, why don't we kick off with how it happened in the first place? So who reached out to you and said, do you want to do this crazy trip?
So, yeah, that was Bob from BBT. I think lots of people in the VW scene know him, and they're full sponsors of the mag. And I've met.
That's the logo right there.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they really support the mag, which is great. And I've met Bob a few times, but just very briefly at shows and things like that. And but yeah, he invited us to go to Brazil. I read the email out to you, didn't I? And you just went, "Oh, that sounds incredible," but it was just not a good time, was it, for you? You got so much going on with
I was stressed as hell. I had to get the magazine out. I had like show season was beginning. Had projects on the go. I was so much going on, like business and personal life. It was just too much. Like,
anyway, and I just said, didn't I? Oh, I'll go.
Yeah.
And then we talked about it and stuff, and then the first kind of trip for me to go that far, like with the mag, and like an opportunity that I wanted to do. So we came up with a plan that Nellatron would come tag along. So yeah, luckily I like Nell. And she works really well, and you want to do a bit of travelling and stuff, and so it all kind of everyone
didn't take much arm twisting.
No.
So you guys
well,
are
no to that
friends outside work anyway, aren't you? You guys go to shows together, and you go like non-VW theatre,
West
a bit of West End and pottery
Pottery.
making and shit like that.
No, that he'd like to keep the itinerary to himself.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, and he just told me a few random, like every week I'd get an email saying, what's your shoe size, or
we knew there was factory visits and private collections.
Yeah, a few bits.
But the really extreme things.
VW show.
Yeah, the VW show. The extreme things he definitely kept to himself, and it was a massive shock when we got there.
Yeah.
So that brings us to like when you're about to leave, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We went on the hottest day of the year
in England.
So far that year. Remember when you dropped us off at Milton Keynes?
Oh yeah.
And it was so hot, and I booked a train ticket from Milton Keynes to Heathrow. Don't ever do that, by the way.
Yeah, don't do it.
Because you have to get a tube for half of the journey in rush hour. Anyway,
why didn't I just drop you off?
Well, because you
It was the
were
middle of
so
an office
busy.
day, yeah.
Oh, was it?
Yeah,
So we were like,
we thought we
obviously
were,
busy.
Drop us off at
being
Milton
easy.
Keynes rather than rush hour Heathrow drop off. Just thought that would be nice.
In hindsight,
Yeah.
Probably should have just got dropped off.
But anyway, and then it was so stressful, weren't it? Yeah. And we missed trains, and it was really hot. Your luggage kept on breaking or dropping.
Falling over.
Oh yeah, your thing kept on falling over.
It was very,
but we got there, and there's pictures
and that's
that
what
look.
that is.
Yeah, so this is Nell.
Platform 8.
Look at adjusting her bag for the millionth time. Oh, that's my wine that I really enjoyed.
Is that at the airport? That's at Heathrow?
Yeah.
So there's actually...
So after all that well-earned...
I was quite stressed about the flight as well, but I didn't know if we were getting on.
So that's
because we
when
had standby tickets.
Right. Oh, and these are your seats. So this is what.
So this is you on the.
So you got the airplane. So
more wine.
I noticed that Nell has got a steerage seat and Vic's got a first class seat. How did that happen? Well, actually, we can't really say, but it's who you know.
Yeah.
We have a very good contact.
So this is our text messages where I said I was fuming because Vic's in first class and
club class, guys. When you're in the club class, you call it club class, not first class.
Okay, sorry. And I just said just happy to be here, to be honest.
Yeah, we want to say thank you to someone. She knows who she is.
But that also
British Airways,
but that also comes with its own stress as well, because like Vic was saying, the reason they're sat there at the table with the wine is because you don't know if you're actually going to get on that flight.
That's right.
We're the first to be bumped off, the first to have an upgrade. So
generally, when I travel with BA, it means that I'm either going to get bumped off the flight or I'm going to get first class.
So you're going to get wicked seats or no seats.
That's right. Yeah.
So you could be sat in the airport for another 5 hours yet.
And we take a risk.
Hence the wine.
But we're very grateful for the opportunity to.
So that kind of goes on to what the next thing is. So, well, you just said 4 hours. Actually, this flight, the from Heathrow to Sao Paulo, that's where we were flying into, direct once a day from Heathrow in the UK.
So if you get bumped, it's tomorrow
at 4 p.m.
Okay.
So that kind of goes quite well onto it, because that we had to be in Curitiba at for the following. So this was Wednesday, the 1st of May.
And we needed to be there on
Friday afternoon in Curitiba. So if we were bumped onto the next, we had to kind of be a bit flexible.
So you could have got that one.
Yeah.
Or the next one.
Hence the much needed glasses of wine.
We ended up getting in Sao Paulo a whole day earlier.
Now we're in Brazil. We've got to our hotel, and this was the first VW that we've seen.
So you arrived in Brazil, and there it is straight away.
So
just
outside the car.
Yeah. So it's got nothing to do with these shows.
No.
This is in the car.
And did you guys? Was that a common occurrence? Is the Beatles everywhere?
Yeah.
We
didn't realise just on the street, normal.
Yeah.
Because I know they used to use them as taxis and stuff over there, but.
By the end of the trip, it was just that everywhere we went, we were just shouting "Fushka, Fushka" everywhere.
So it's quite nice. I quite liked it. Well, this is
sorry, let's go back again. I just want to see the boat.
Yeah, it's quite nice.
It is, nice. Small window car as well.
Small windows with Europas. Really.
So
this was just our hotel. And then we got our coconuts. That was really nice. Because this was our chill day. Was
that the only bikini opportunity, Vic?
Yeah, it was.
We were waiting for our room actually. This was because we landed at 6 a.m. and we couldn't check in till 3 p.m.
3 p.m.
So we had 9 hours to kill.
So you guys were in Brazil for 11 days, and that was the only time you got to go for a swim or anything?
So that 9 hours.
Wow, that's mad, isn't it?
Also, we were in the same airport clothes for over 24 hours. I think it was
28, 29, it was gross.
It was really gross.
So this is what I was wearing when, that really
hot...
all the time.
that really hot time at, in the... tube station and stuff. We were just sitting there waiting for our room to come available.
But we had a coconut. Did we have any alcohol?
No, not then.
Is that just coconut milk? Is it?
Yeah.
Nice.
It was really refreshing.
Is it cold?
Yeah, it was really nice.
Yeah, it was nice.
So that's us enjoying it. And then we got into this was our
So one thing I have to say about Brazil, even though me and Nell don't really eat meat, and that's their food. Meat. But their food is very good.
Yeah,
like,
the food.
Very
we didn't
good.
have one bad meal, did we? It was incredible. Yeah, I know.
Is that honey? Is that
that's
honey?
So this is a buffet. We treated ourselves, didn't we, to a buffet
That's just
at the
natural
hotel.
honey.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh wow.
It was really good. I didn't know you
Take
took all
me
these
there.
photos.
Yeah,
their food is just grow all their fruit and veg fresh. They've got the best climate in the world for it. So everything's so fresh, isn't it? Their vegetables and fruit is just so nice. Anyway, they mix fruit and sweet and savoury all the time.
I forgot about that. They really do. We had some sushi and stuff, and it's you get sweet sushi.
Yeah.
Never heard of that before.
Papaya
but it was
with everything, don't they?
Yeah,
they love papaya.
It was so good.
It's just very different.
Yeah, and cute doggy.
There's a lot of dog photos. A lot of dog photos.
So that was our Thursday. So we're moving on to Friday, but before we do that, I would introduce the book that we've made. We made this book for Bob at BBT because as a thank you, we didn't know what to get him. He obviously put a lot of time and effort and money into this trip for us, and we didn't know how to thank him. So we've made this book with all of our favourite photos and memories from the trip, and we've sent it off to him. But we made 2 copies so that we can go through it and keep it for us in the office as well, but also go through it in this video and show you guys. So it's more of a personal thing than kind of VW related, but there is some cool photos and it's in a timeline, so it might be good to go through.
It was, the trip ended up being far more important than you guys thought it was going to be. You both came back saying that it was actually a total life-changing experience,
it's made me think so differently about
which is
a lot of things,
which is super cool, isn't it? Because you just thought you were going to go see a couple of shows and maybe
a real credit to Bob, really. That's essentially why they went.
And Bob is someone that I've never met anyone like him before. Like, he is such a crazy but so interesting character. Like,
he's a real gentleman, isn't he?
Yeah, and passionate. He made the trip, what it was. Yeah. So we wanted to thank him. It could have
quite easily been like quite dull.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's not.
Yeah, it's
you're
like
never going to have a dull time in Brazil,
stuff,
but you could just visit a few factories and a show.
Yeah.
He's made that into something that's really, really, really cool.
Yeah. So this is just our page to Bob, just saying thank you.
Okay. Yeah, it was hot, by the way.
Yeah.
We knew it was going to be hot. We'd been looking at the forecast before the day, but yeah, it was, and they had a hot spell. That's what they kept on saying, didn't they?
Because it was going into their winter, so it's actually
35.
Normally
cool.
Yeah,
they said it was going to be about 21 degrees. That's what we were kind of expecting.
30 to 35, and is that a dry heat or is that a humid?
Humid.
Yeah, humid.
It was hot. There was one day that we were stuck in traffic in the combi, and that was really bad.
Talk about that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. But
you guys get big hair.
You say that's their winter?
I just get slick because I'm sweaty.
It was the sweatiest holiday I've ever done.
Worse than Cuba?
Yeah, I'd say.
Wow.
Because we were doing so much.
Yeah, moving around.
So this is
so this is Friday.
So we're in the hotel waiting for our internal flight. Yeah. So we've done the 24 hours chilling at the but Nell had to get up early. Well, we both got up early, but I'm definitely still in bed there.
You can actually see a plane in the background. That's pretty cool. I didn't even know that.
I was waiting for the plane to go past. So we were really close to the airport. So we got off, and then we were getting an internal flight to Curitiba.
Yeah.
You could see what time that was taken. That was at 6:10 in the morning.
Oh yeah.
And I remember you sending that to us here in the office.
Oh yeah, because it's 4 hours difference. So you're 4 hours ahead.
Yeah.
So
which made it quite awkward for work, didn't it? Because you guys were sort of getting up as we were halfway through our day.
Yeah.
But we managed
it worked really well actually, I think. But our flight was at 1 p.m. something like that. We had to be at the airport for 11.
That's Vic making fun of my heels.
This is the Sao Paulo going to Curitiba.
So this is your next flight?
Yeah, that's Nell trying to put stuff in her suitcase.
Sitting on your suitcase? Have
you not?
No.
Trying to zip it up. Trying to make it smaller so it can go in the top.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Because we were I was a little bit worried about your luggage, weren't I?
To be fair, it was fine though.
It was
absolutely fine. It was just...
So this is the flight to Curitiba where you're actually going to start the whole journey.
Yeah, this is where we're going to
meet with everybody else.
So Bob said all we needed to do was be in Curitiba for Friday afternoon at some point, and he was trying to just get everyone there at the same time, but it kind of didn't work out.
Neil's flight got delayed. Shin met us there, but we were the first ones, weren't we? So
because we were waiting around.
I love the kind of like almost secret agent-y kind of. Meet me in Curitiba.
Yeah.
It was like that.
Doesn't matter how you get there, just be there.
And we were just like, what are we even doing? I had no idea what we were doing.
But we had someone. Well, I'll show you the photo.
Is that Sao Paulo that you're flying over now?
No, I think that's.
That was Sao Paulo.
Yeah.
All the city. It was really cool. It was a really cool flight.
Can you say what time it is?
That one was.
No, that's Curitiba.
2:00. Yeah, 5 to 2.
It's quite a view.
Yeah, that was weird.
Does that say Paul V. Low?
Yeah, they're like big carrots.
And cheese?
Cheese. They were really weird, but quite nice.
Big carrot cheese.
But crisp, made out of carrots.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Weird.
Lots of photos of the city. It was quite... And then we got met at the airport. But yeah, we met up with... what was his name?
I don't know what his name was. I don't think we did know.
No.
But yeah, we were just told that we were getting met. We said to... he said, there's a guy from Girls. and to meet you. And I just said, this is on a WhatsApp group, so we had a WhatsApp group, and I just said, I hope he's got one of those signs. I've never had one of those signs before. And I was just joking, and then he sorted it out for us, which was really sweet. I found it really funny.
Fushka.
Yeah. So this is on the way to the Gauze.
Yeah, it was literally like off the plane, straight into it, straight to a factory. It was like there was, again, no rest. We hadn't even met Bob yet, but we were on our way to our first
And
factory.
is that quite a sort of like general...
Yeah,
sort
you
of,
see them
is that
everywhere.
Brazil? Is that but the sort of the landscape and the...
Yeah, I'd say so.
I guess you guys went through a few different landscapes. Didn't
Yeah,
you?
we really did.
But that's the thing about Brazil.
Is that
there's
your
so
average
much.
You
looking
could go
town,
down
is
one
it?
street and it looked like that, and then you could turn around and it's just mountains.
It's a very
So
green place then.
Yeah, well, Curitiba especially is very, very green.
That's so it's an internal flight, so it's like London. 1 hour internal flight. So it's like London to Edinburgh distance. So it'd probably take about 12 hours to drive.
Yeah.
Probably longer in Brazil because their roads are so bad.
Yeah.
Right.
That one looks on the internet.
Well, that one does.
Roads
Yeah,
around here.
Another Fushka.
this is in the there's quite a lot.
And then we arrived at Gauze.
Which is your first factory.
Yeah.
So at this point, you've not been to a hotel, you've gone straight off the plane to there.
Yeah, I was going to say, what did we...
Fault regulators.
So, like Dan said, so you guys, you just got straight off the airplane and went straight there.
Yeah,
There was no
literally.
hotel, there's no
No,
check-in.
had
No
still-
stop off.
Oh, we had changed, actually. I was going to say we're still in our airport. We
No,
were in
no,
our...
it's
It's been 3
Yeah,
days,
I
you
know.
minger.
Yeah, cut that bit out.
You'd had a sleep by the pool, and we had a few drinks that night.
You've changed 5 times by now.
Yeah.
Y'all had a sleep.
Oh, I went to
Shocker.
the gym as well.
You went to the gym.
Yeah.
I went for a swim in the morning. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's nice.
And then this is the page in the book which kind of explains what we just did. So off the plane and straight off to meet Bob and the team at Gauze. But we'll pop up some of these photos.
And what do they do at Gauze?
Vic?
Voltage regulators.
Voltage regulators.
Yeah.
So like, voltage regulators.
So this
You got
is the exact.
photographs of them.
So this is the exact factory that Bob sells all his voltage regulators. They've been through so much trial and
He
testing
was
with just
really
Bob.
Yeah.
close
There
with
you go,
that's
them,
the
and
voltage regulator.
Yeah.
he kept calling them like family.
Yeah.
He goes to visit them a lot and
And
very close.
So one thing about Bob is that every person that he sees in a factory, he'll wave, shake hands with, every single
worker.
Yeah.
And he just says that it's just so important that everyone feels valued,
Yeah.
because their job is really valuable to him. He said whether they're on, he has no idea what the wages and everything are like there, but it's so important for him to not let everyone know that he
That's quite
appreciates
refreshing,
them.
isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
It-
And I will
Because-
say, like, from
It
those
really
factories
is.
as well, from the pictures of them, it's
Yeah.
not what I expected.
Well, it would
at
be
all.
easy for
Really
someone
cool.
such as Bob, because people who don't know who Bob is, I mean, he has one of the most extensive Volkswagen /
Collection.
classic Porsche collections in the world, in my opinion anyway, of his style and the rarity of it and the parts and his operation. I think he's quite, he's obviously, a rich man,
Yeah.
but he seems very humble.
Yeah.
Which I
He's
think
so
quite nice. I
humble.
think that's
You
would never know that he was, an
Yeah.
owner of a £1 million, what's that? Euro company. You wouldn't know because he's
That's
so
very nice, because you
humble.
can imagine people visiting those factories and lording it over
being
people
a
and
bit
kind of
pompous and
Yeah.
I don't think you knew, did you, at this point, about Bob at all, and not really
knew
know much
BBT.
about BBT. You didn't know much about
No,
it, though.
didn't.
Like I know I've been BBT a few times and stuff, but kind of knew the scale of it. But it was quite nice for you to see everything from like fresh eyes. Sort of thing. It was
And I
quite
had
cool.
some really interesting conversations with Bob about it as well. But this woman was really cool. She her job is to put in every single metal, rods, but single-handedly into each single
So just
Every
hand soldering all
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
sisters.
every
Right.
single one.
Yeah, everything is all hand done, and I can't remember.
that
what.
machine is pretty cool, isn't it? That's
Yeah,
kind of,
Yeah.
that's the
Kinda like-
tester.
in charge of his dams.
well, they
That's
put
it,
people in space in the 60s.
Bob wanted us to tell everyone that every single one
I
of
was
his
going to say,
voltage
if you go back Sorry, if you go back one, like you say, that's what you're talking about, Vic, there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Next one now.
So
What
Bob
do you
wanted
mean, this one?
Yeah.
Bob wanted everyone to know that every single voltage regulator that BBT sells is checked. Every
Yeah.
single one.
Yeah.
By the machine and by a person.
Tried and tested.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every single one, which is so amazing, I think.
Well, it's testament to BBT, and to be honest, everything electrical I've ever bought from BBT has functioned as it should, and I can't say that for everything I've bought over the Volkswagen
Yeah.
industry.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, a lot of the cheap stuff now is junk. So the fact that Bob actually makes the effort to make sure that everything's tested and double tested, is testament to BBT's quality, I think.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they were lovely people as well.
Yeah, and it was a really professional, clean.
I've
Yeah,
never been in
factory.
such
That's
a...
what I mean,
It
Is
yeah.
that a
has to
massive
be.
dragonfly on the floor there?
Oh god, yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me.
There was some
But
big bugs.
these rooms are cleaned every day.
There's some big bugs, was there?
No, it was.
I thought so. There was some big dragonflies and
Oh,
stuff.
right, okay.
Yeah.
It just looked like a dragon.
That was.
Yeah.
Oh, this was a cool building. They were explaining it.
Oh yeah, that's there.
It's like their communal area for all the workers. So they've got like a pool table. It's where they go and all eat
Is
lunch.
it is it a big operation?
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
gas
Yeah, massive. So this
All
is
the
their
factories
building
are
as
big.
well. The other part of the building was here,
So
and you
there's
walk
another
up to
factory
the
there,
other.
that's
Yeah.
pretty massive.
And
And this is
they
it
do
getting
work for a lot of
cleaned.
car companies, don't they?
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
just VW that
No.
they make all sorts.
All the factories that we visited. I don't think BBT's a small customer, but I think most of there wasn't one factory that they all do loads of other companies, right? Like
Yeah.
lots.
Well, most places
Yeah.
do,
Yeah.
don't they? Yeah.
Yeah.
This was one of I'd say one of the biggest.
This was a
Yeah.
massive storage.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was huge. This was just one part of it.
And this was
Oh, there's some testing going on.
so this is the specific area of the testing room. This is more development room that is VW related.
That's a really early 6-volt regulator.
Yeah.
That's quite a niche component.
Yes.
Like
So all these are, if I'm right, all this was VW.
because I'm
I
gonna
don't
need one.
I think they're in production as well. Like, they're in like the trial stages.
I find it fascinating that BBT build things like that.
Yeah.
You know, for
So
such
that's a new and old one there.
for such a small number of vehicles that would actually need one. I think it's amazing that they actually go to that length to produce something for such a small number of
because
cars.
it was such a common thing as well for even the cars that were 6-volt.
Yeah,
to become
I mean
12
that's an early one. That they're like split beetle.
Yeah.
Which is amazing that.
But
It must be just the passion. It must be just wanting to do
even
this.
the detail there on the caps.
Yeah.
Saving some more cars and keeping them on the road. When you just would have had to put the wrong part on previously.
And that's Bob in the middle.
Yeah, so this is Bob. These are the guys from Gores. They were really friendly.
Yeah.
We'll have to put a picture
And
of
they
them
had-
up at the beginning so we know who you're talking about, and Shin and Neil. So
Yeah. They were Bob, and especially this guy, I forgot his name, Eduardo. He was very close with Bob, really close. They kept on calling him Uncle. Was that the one?
Oh, that's
no,
nice.
there's
Uncle
Uncle
Bob.
Sam.
No, but they were really close with him, and they were just
Uncle
so
Sam.
nice. Yeah, we'll
go.
You
Uncle
join the American.
Uncle
Uncle
Sammy.
Sammy.
Yes, Uncle Sammy was. Really
Uncle Sammy
close.
was really cool.
Yeah, we met some really cool people.
Yeah.
But these were the guys, and this was.
What's that display?
It was just in
All
their
the cars
entryway.
Oh, is that different things that they build?
Yeah, all their regulators for all the cars.
So you've got like Beetle.
Let me make it bigger.
I'm trying to see. That's a Gull, isn't it? Is that a Ferrari? A Lotus? And I guess most of them are Brazilian cars.
Bay down the bottom there.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Also, they make coils,
And bearings.
bearings. Yeah. Don't know what that is.
What?
You can do an ignition module for a Gull.
Is that a Gull?
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah.
Is that it looks like a Polo? Well,
Yeah, it's Mark III Polo front, I'd say. Maybe. That's the beauty of the Brazilian Volkswagens. That's why I love them. They're all like, is that? No.
Yeah, it's
they're like a
part
polo
of this
that's
and part of that.
stung by a bee with a Mark 1 Golf back end.
Oh, okay. This is our hotel in Curitiba.
Yeah.
Alright, so is this like downtown
They
Curitiba?
dropped us off. So
Yeah.
Gores were brilliant because they picked us up from the airport and took us back to our hotel.
So is
which was really
Curitiba
good.
a big place?
Yeah.
It looks quite cosmopolitan
Yes,
there.
it is.
Yeah.
Very big. It's a very nice city.
Alright.
It's lovely.
I think everyone's like, ooh, that's a nice place.
Do you feel
to go.
safe?
Yeah.
And especially, I have to say, with Bob, because he knew what he was doing. He's been to Brazil a few times. He knew everyone.
25 years.
Yeah, he knew everyone that we were meeting up with. We always felt safe.
Yeah.
There was no worry about us. Yeah, it was all very, very safe. I think if you went and you didn't know what you were doing and just kind of blagged it, you could bump into, you could go down the wrong street.
But
and
it's,
stuff,
it's like that in any
Yeah,
city,
it is.
isn't it? In the world.
Yeah.
In the world. Like
Yeah.
But
Kettering.
we always felt
Yeah.
safe.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
always felt
There
really
was one
safe.
time, and
Yeah.
very lucky for that, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was. Oh, sorry.
I was going to say, there's a bay,
Yeah,
single cab,
yeah,
wide bed,
Yeah.
doing work.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
they
Doing
working
truck
vans,
It's
stuff.
all
yeah.
commercial vans,
Mm.
pretty much. I don't think I saw, apart from at the show, I don't think I saw any vans.
Like campers.
No.
No.
That's an early Brazilian one as well. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's not got a massive vent on the front.
That's right, yeah.
That was us
Oh,
in
yeah.
our hotel.
New
This is
hotel.
checking in.
Checked
That looks
in.
nice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
it
was really
was.
nice. We got our
We
own
stayed here
rooms.
for a few nights. It's just having our weird coffees.
We were like, what is this? People were coming off the street having this coffee into the hotel, into the
They're in
lobby.
that
It
little
was,
shop.
Oh,
We
wow,
were
and
just
and then
standing
just walk
there.
out?
yeah.
Oh, how strange.
Or they would just stand there, have a
Yeah.
little chat, and then walk out. And we were like,
It's
oh,
free.
we're
Were
waiting
they tiny,
ages,
like,
weren't we?
just like
Yeah,
a
little
shot?
shots of strong
And we're like,
coffee.
oh, we saw them.
They
do the-
love coffee
That's
there.
it.
Sorry.
Yeah.
That's a
So-
cool room.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
fine.
it was nice.
Looks very clean.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
Oh, that's my jelly pot of water.
nice.
Jelly water.
Ah,
Jelly pot. It was like, yeah, weird.
So let's just
should we go back?
check. This is your first evening then? Where
Yes.
you just got to
So
that?
we hadn't even also
This is Friday.
to put in there. It was just us and Bob at this point.
Yeah.
Because we hopped off the plane, met him at Gores, went back to the hotel
You
with
guys
him.
must be pretty tired by then, right?
So tired.
Not then.
With all the travelling
No.
the day before.
No, because we had that 24 hours.
Reset.
We did a reset.
But it was just us and Bob by this point, and
Yeah.
then we met up with Juan, who is a massive
Oh,
name whilst we were in Brazil. He runs the Curitiba Volkswagen show,
Oh yeah.
which we'll talk about in tomorrow.
I like that shirt.
Next
So it's
day.
nice. It's got like a German oval, a bus, and then the SP2, which is
Yeah.
which is
Very
car the
Brazilian.
Brazilians are quite
Yeah.
proud of. I find.
There's a lot
yeah.
there of the SP2s.
But
And I love them.
Juan
Yeah,
was
your
a
favourite,
massive
aren't they?
name that we've seen a lot of him and his family. He was so welcoming, but he also has a really cool venue. I don't even know what to call it because it's
Yeah.
a restaurant, a bar. It's got a stage.
You got
and
some
it's-
photos of that, haven't you?
Yeah. And it's really, really cool. But we met up with him.
So he runs the VW show as well.
Yes.
It's called Garagem.
Garage M
So is Garagem this like?
venue.
It's
Venue
just this
he's
venue
got,
that,
yeah.
and it's
Rock
really,
venue.
yeah. Rock
And is that
venue.
like
It's
VW
really cool.
themed, or is it just automotive themed? A bit
No.
like
Automotive
caffeine
venue.
juice or
Yeah.
caffeine
kinda.
machine or.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit like that, and it
Bit
was just
more-
really cool. And
a
everyone
bit
went
more
there
rock.
after the show and
Yeah.
Yeah,
stuff.
so it was rock. It was, I would say, primarily a rock.
It looked like an
Venue.
alternate venue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he does. I think he does theme nights. I might be
All
wrong,
right.
but we could ask him. But
Yeah.
definitely.
He was a
VW.
really interesting guy because this was on the Friday night, and bearing in mind, so he'd come, picked us up, took us to this venue, spent the whole night drinking with us, and then the show that he was running was the next day, and
Oh,
he
wow.
just spent the whole night with us. He was
Oh,
a really
cool.
cool guy.
Yeah, I didn't speak a
Um,
word of English.
Is that his bus?
Yeah, didn't speak a word of English. No, these are just cars that.
So
were
that's
parked
quite an
outside.
interesting vehicle,
Yeah.
that, because that's
Yeah.
like, see, it's a 15 window, which would be
Yeah.
a split bus in Germany,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but then it's got a bay window back and a bay window front, bay window doors. These doors are actually from a barn door, like
Yeah.
they're really early.
Yeah.
It's also got like a barn door bulkhead inside,
Yeah.
and
Because they kept a lot of the tooling.
see the
from
high
old
high
buildings.
hinges? That's an early bus thing, like. So I mean that would have a slide door being a bay, and those bays, but they're unique to Brazil.
And this is why I love them.
Yeah.
This is why I love Brazilian cars. They're
Yeah.
so
I feel
nuts.
like, just bearing in mind, like the amount of photos of cars we've got, if we go into depth
No,
like
we're
this
not-
on every single
I
word,
think it's just the really Brazilian ones.
Interesting
Yeah.
ones,
Yeah.
yeah.
They're all like that, aren't they?
Yeah,
So,
but that's quite a unique vehicle
And
to
a polished
Brazil,
bumper. That's
Yeah.
an
and that's
interesting-
what's cool.
They love polished stuff, especially at the that's what I found very like. There's really commercial cars, or really what word did you say? Really custom, modded cars.
they love accessories as well, don't they?
Accessories that there's not really much in between, I wouldn't say.
Is that Brasilia?
Yeah.
You love Brasilia, don't you?
I
Used to
love
have one.
Brasilia, yeah, really cool. There's so many Brazilians.
Oh, that's actually Brazilian Type 3. That's just got a Brasilia front. Yeah.
A lot of those as
Brasilia
well.
was during the years it was available. One
There's
of the best-selling
Bob.
cars
This
in
is
Brazil.
Juan here, who's lovely, and Bob, and they were really good friends. But Juan didn't speak much English at all,
No.
so it was all very much Google Translate. But he was just so
Portuguese.
lovely.
I'd hear it. The VW scene in Brazil is the biggest in the world. There's more cars and enthusiasts in Brazil than there is America, Europe,
It's a
anywhere.
good photo to introduce Bob. Sums him up really. He was just always like this.
Full of energy.
Yeah.
So just going on from that, Ned, what you just said. So it was quite apparent. I feel like I didn't really probably take as many photos, but everyone in Brazil has an immediate connection with VW. So that's what I found really interesting. Like in our scene, we all probably have a little bit of a connection in your history, like why you got into VW, why you know, there's reasons for it. But in Brazil, it's their first car. Their mum drove it when they were a child. You know,
they've inherited it from their
uncle's got
granddad.
one, or you know, someone in everyone's and family's massive to them as well. But everyone has this like an immediate connection with VW, so it's in them, and that's what I found really. I think that's the difference.
Also in Brazil, they made them last. You know, so if you have a Beetle over here, it got to 10 years old and people scrapped it. Over there, that's still a good car, and they're not a throwaway society like we are. They'll keep that running until it is dead. And it's and that's why so many survive.
I wrote an article. I think it might even be in 48 about Brazil. And, the Beetle was like the best-selling car for like 20 odd years.
Yeah, for sure.
And then it stopped being the best-selling car when the Brasilia came out, and then that was the best-selling car. And then it went back to being the Beetle until the Gold came out. So it's like for 40 years. They absolutely adore Volkswagen.
Yeah.
So and then that's another thing you were saying about they're built to last. Well, built to be, refurbished, say like renovated constantly. That's why Bob gets all his stuff in Brazil, because all their factories, they're set up for it. It's not like go to China or whatever. They're new factories. These are all factories that have been doing them for years and years. Even if it's something that isn't made, like the regulators and stuff. Yeah. But they're prepared to do it because whether it's a really small part of these factories' income, we saw quite a lot of factories that they're like.
They do it just to help the VW community. They don't do it for
because
money.
Bob makes every single factory aware that if you don't do this for me, I'm keeping it alive in Europe. Yeah. If you don't do it, no one else is doing it.
Gonna make the
so we won't be able to make them. We won't be able to keep the scene alive.
Yeah. Yeah.
And because you're so passionate and it's part of your culture, they understood that and they were like, right, okay.
Everyone thanks them because without them. Yeah.
But again, another reason for that was because back in the day in Brazil, they had such high import tariffs that they couldn't bring parts in. It wasn't cost effective.
Well, they still don't.
So they had to make their own, which is why it
Yeah.
started this culture of every part is available in Brazil.
Yeah, exactly.
So these are a few photos from inside Garage M. It was a really
cool
venue. Really,
was that
really
Juan's?
cool venue. This was this was Juan's. Yeah.
It's a nice car, that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think actually quite a few of them were his.
So he'd obviously made this.
This is him.
Yeah, that's right. He made this night very VW.
Yeah.
But I think
Alright.
it's
Normally?
just a
So,
bit.
so generic vehicle.
I think so,
Yeah,
but he is really
enthusiast
passionate. Maybe it is got a little bit of more VW because he runs
Yeah.
a
He's a
VW
VW
show,
guy,
and it's such a big part of everyone's
Very
lives.
cool. Yeah.
He was a cool guy.
Did
Yeah.
you guys eat there as well?
Yeah,
Yes.
so
Yes.
I think there's some this is us getting our first drink.
And then
with
Shin turned up.
Oh yeah, Shin arrived. We got our Caprinas, didn't we?
So
Yeah.
Shin is now the
Mixed reviews on
now
those.
the now editor of Hot VWs
Yeah.
in America.
And he is the nicest.
Yeah, he's so
guy
lovely.
ever.
yeah,
So
maybe
he's Japanese.
I know
American.
Shin. He's
Yeah.
one of the most enthusiastic
Oh, God, yeah.
Volkswagen enthusiasts I've ever met in my
I
life.
don't think I've ever
He
met
loves
anyone
it.
work so hard
Yeah.
in my whole entire
No,
life.
he makes me feel really lazy.
He made us feel lazy.
Yeah.
Like, and obviously,
Yeah.
you'll see the amount of photos we took. I've never taken so many photos in my life. I had like over 2,000 photos from that week on my camera roll, and I think
Me too.
I think
That's all.
Shin genuinely took over 1 million. Like he was just like
He's so invested in it.
non-stop. Yeah.
There was one
it
day
was
that he only had 1 hour
ridiculous.
sleep.
Yeah, he had
It
a
was
nap.
It's amazing,
Because
isn't it?
we'll
Yeah.
get to it, but he was in a garage and he took a photo of every single vehicle in there.
But then that's very apparent in Hot VWs
Yeah.
because Hot VWs has had a massive new lease of life
Yeah.
since Shin's been editing it. It really
It's also a
is.
monthly magazine, isn't it?
It is a monthly
So-
magazine, but he's
more
done
content.
such a fantastic job of that.
Mm.
Like
Yeah.
Hot VWs, I think is one of the best periods for Hot VWs, and it's been going for a long time in the
Mm, it
magazine,
has, yeah.
since the 70s.
Mm.
Yeah.
So yeah, round of applause for Shin.
Yeah, and he's a really, really lovely guy as well.
Yeah.
And I'd never met him before, so this was us having our first drink. Then we had our food,
Meat.
and meat and more meat. And chips. That was like
Yeah.
that was the staple for Brazil. But Juan, the owner and who runs the Volksfest, he sorted us out with food. He just kept bringing out more and more. It was he sorted everything for this night. It was really good. More photos.
Brazilian?
Cars outside. It got
Yeah.
busier.
Yeah.
This was interesting.
Is that Metro?
Is there no Metro then?
Yeah, I think we've got
Yeah.
more photos of
Yeah.
that. To be fair,
I know of
but
one of those for sale if anyone wants one.
Really?
Mm.
it was really.
But it
cool.
wasn't like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is this just like a...
It was just a
It's like a
random
pre-show.
Friday
Friday
night.
night.
No,
yeah.
no, it's a pre-show thing.
Yeah, to
Right,
be fair.
cool.
Yeah.
The show was on the next day, so I think a lot
So
of the
they have, like,
people
a
that
meet-up the
travel
night
over.
before.
Oh, okay, so
Yeah.
kind of pre-show party.
Yeah. It wasn't overly busy though. I think everyone was.
Maybe it was just close personal friends and stuff like that,
Yeah.
or people that are working for the show and stuff
Yeah.
like that, rather than a massive meetup.
Yeah, it was cool. There's Shin and Bob.
So it was quite an overwhelming night, wasn't it? Oh, that was quite cool.
Yes.
But yeah,
That's always at the garage.
Yeah.
It's like their sort of signature. But this was quite an overwhelming night though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know if it was for you as well, but
We
I
didn't
was
know what
just
we were
like-
expecting,
No.
and it was just like.
Yeah.
yeah.
In there straight away with everyone, meeting everyone, but it was really cool.
Oh, by the way, that's what all the electrics are like on the.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about pylons. That's what. That's actually quite neat. I took quite a few pictures of.
Like bird's nests.
Yeah.
And then it goes on to the first
Show
day
day.
of Curitiba Volksfest, day one. So this
that's
was
on
the
Saturday.
Saturday, yeah. Saturday the 4th. And the show went on Saturday and Sunday, but this is our first day there. So,
Ironically, me and Ned were also preparing for a show there.
Oh yeah.
oh yeah, there was
We went to Stamford Hall.
cool
And these are the
vehicles that picked us up. weren't they?
these are our show.
It's nice.
Oh,
Yeah, it was
sofa
really
cars.
chauffeur cars. Yeah. So
Nice.
these guys
That's
are
it.
Bob's friends. Are those Juan's friends? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And interesting.
Mm.
Yeah.
Got those wheels on my Type 3.
So we were in this one.
Oh,
These
he
were
was really
lovely.
nice,
Yeah.
wasn't he? He spoke really good English.
He'd lived in America, so he spoke with like an American
And
accent.
Brighton.
And Brighton, yeah. Yeah, he was really lovely.
Oh, go back up.
This guy just selling Mickey Mouse balloons.
Yeah, I just took a
and it was
photo.
really early as well. I think that's probably why I took a photo of it. But anyway, carry on.
So an interesting thing about that bus.
Yeah.
Can you see what they've done with the gutters?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it rains
Yeah.
a
I
lot.
feel like and took quite a few of those photos on the camera.
Is that just to stop it overflowing and going in the
Yeah,
windows?
yeah. So if you imagine if it's absolutely
Is
pissing
that a
down,
cool flow sticker?
it just goes straight out go straight over the gutters. The gutters are crap on buses.
Yeah.
So they put them on there to have more volume.
Yeah.
It's
And
just
I
a
think
piece of
it's-
deluxe trim, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, and I also think now it's kind of turned into a bit of an accessory. Yeah, it was a really cool trip to the to the
so
show.
this is our drive. We'll put in some videos because the videos are really cool. And we were really nice. We're really close to this really lovely park that people were just running around and.
Yeah, it was a really nice
It's
park.
like Ferris wheel.
Yeah, there was a fair
this is a
there.
cool photo I took of all of them on our way to the show.
It's not that pickups cool.
We met Niels this morning.
Oh, yeah,
we forgot to
yeah.
say. Niels met us for breakfast that morning, so that was the first time we've
So
seen him.
Niels is the editor of Airmighty magazine.
Yeah.
From Holland.
From Holland.
Yeah.
Really nice guy.
Yeah, we've all been friends with him for well over 10 years.
And him, Shin and Bob were in a different bus to us. And this is us just on our way into the show. Gave him a Hayburner air freshener.
Represent.
Yeah.
Photos. Oh. Rare photo of Shin taking photos.
So Curitiba Volksfest.
That's nice.
Is that like is that one of their bigger shows or?
Yeah, I'd say so. There's a couple. I think they've got like 3 or 4 that are like the main ones,
Yeah.
but it is one of them.
So there you go, Dan. There's a couple there of German Type 3s. So did they sell them in Brazil?
I don't know actually. They not domestically because they'd have been.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
Also.
So that must have been imported, and that's their Eurospec bumpers as well. So maybe imported from Europe. I don't know.
Must be, I guess. Interesting.
But they were they US spec lights? Sorry.
Yeah, tell me when you're ready for me to move on.
They're not US
please.
spec lights, yeah, so that's a Euro spec car.
Interesting.
That is interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep, go ahead, sorry.
I know the girls were thinking exactly the same thing.
They were, yeah.
ID Buzz?
Yeah, there was no buzz there. Siobhan was really excited to see
so
us.
this was us arriving and him greeting us, even though he'd been up all night.
Yeah.
Three, 5, 6.
There's Vic in front of the backdrop.
It was really hot.
Is that like the trade area?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this was...
And what was the trade like? Was it good? Was it parts or was it...
No parts.
No parts, no.
Oh, actually, we'll get to it in a minute. There was an undercover bit. There was a little bit of a swap meet. That only took one picture.
Like to point out that that's a knockoff.
Yeah. So they've copied,
unsafe. If you put them in your car, I've heard that someone fitted one of their car and set on fire.
Yeah.
I hear they melt and blow up all the time.
Yeah.
So that's a Beetle that's like what I'd expect, original paint.
Go up.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very cool, isn't
So
it?
it's different
cool.
from the
Very
rest of them,
Euro
not
style,
shiny.
I think,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, it could be a Ninove, couldn't
Yeah.
it?
Cool car. Again, Euro spec Type 3.
Yeah.
It surprised me actually because I actually really love a Brazilian Type 3.
I guess they just like what
they
they don't have. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That seems like quite a good trade village, doesn't it? Like,
Yeah, it was alright. Yeah.
sizable.
So is it mostly like t-shirts and
This
things
bit
like
was,
yeah, clothing.
Yeah. But the actual sort of the building and and the structure of the show was really cool. It was based on was it an old not a theme park, but just a park that they based it on Greece.
Oh, okay.
So it's all like
It was really cool.
yeah, like all fake pillars and stuff, but it's kind of deteriorated over time and
so
the
actually now it does look like Greek ruins.
yeah, exactly. And it looks really cool. You'll see
It
where the
was a cool-
stage is and stuff. So
Yeah.
oh, this is VW Classic Louis. He knows you,
Yeah.
Ned.
Yeah, so his
really
that's the Brazilian VW magazine, isn't
He's
it?
really nice.
Really,
Yeah.
really nice.
I've
and he
only
runs a
got
show
the
as
copies
well.
that you brought back, but it's quite a cool magazine, isn't
Yeah.
it?
No,
He
Yeah.
runs a show as well, doesn't he?
yeah, he owns, yeah.
And we've seen quite a bit of him actually. So we've seen him at the weekend, but we also met up with him another time
Yeah.
later in the trip.
Just real quick, sorry. That first mag there. So that
Which one?
when
Burnside.
the Barnfine one. So when most people think of Brazilian Volkswagens, they don't actually think about all the cool early stuff that they have there.
Yeah.
Like that's a £55 fine. You know, they have that. You know, they have this stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Sorry, go ahead now.
This is the indoor bit.
So this is
And again, not a Brazilian type 3.
Yeah, these were the ones that were kind of on show mainly.
Very nice. 4 and 1.
Yeah.
55. Another 55.
Hard tail lights as well.
56. That's nice, yeah.
That's very nice.
So is this a special display? Everything here, all these cars seem to be sort of, you know, early bugs.
Yeah.
So there's a colour.
So
these are their rare cars.
Yeah,
I
I think
guess.
so. Or maybe they do a lot of it that there's a lineup in a bit. But we'll go on to that in a minute. But is it one of every sort of type in this room? Maybe. They like to do that.
Similar,
They like to do that over there. Oh no, there's maybe it is just a prestigious room because there's a razor in here as well.
This is Witter. Very cool.
I like that.
Bordeaux red. It's a fantastic colour, isn't
and
it?
it was really shiny. It looked great. It
Yeah.
kind of the photos are quite hard
Don't
to
do
take
it
of it.
justice,
Yeah,
But it was really cool.
It's a great colour. Maybe the best Beetle colour, I think.
Oh yeah, that's the split. No, that was combination.
Yeah.
Little.
This was a
display.
cool area.
And they're quite a big outfit out there, aren't they? Combination.
Yeah.
They're like import buses to the rest of the world. Is that right?
No, that's Combi Brazil.
Oh, right.
Combination. I'd
A
say.
bit like Cool Flow.
Yeah, I'd say they're a
They
bit like
had
Cool Flow.
like a bus with a DJ, and this was
Right.
their area where people
So kind of like
dancing.
lifestyle brands.
Yeah,
But it's more of a
clothing.
club.
Yeah.
I think
Alright.
Combination started as a club and they went on
Yeah.
camping trips and stuff
Oh,
like
cool.
that, and then it's just turned into quite a big club and they got merchandise and everything.
And the guy's
Alright.
really lovely.
Yeah,
isn't
he
I
was
think
really
we've got some
nice.
photos of him. Really
Type
friendly.
34. See, they got some, just like in
You see that is
when we went to
German
Indonesia.
import.
When we went to Indonesia, me and Toad thought we were just going to see a whole load of like, you know, bodged together trekkers
Yeah,
and things
yeah,
like
this is
that.
what I mean. Yeah.
But we didn't. We went in there, and it was like some of their cars were, you know, they're better restored cars than the UK.
Yeah.
The guy was saying to us, "Oh, I apologise for the quality. It's not like Volkswagen show." And I was like, "Well, it kind of is."
Yeah,
You know,
that's
you've
a
got
bit
some
what-
great
I was
cars,
really
yeah.
impressed with some of the stuff you guys have got. Like,
That's a bit like Brazil. They kind of can't believe that we were over there.
Yeah.
That was really interesting.
it's mad, isn't it?
They were really.
Oh, this is the
yeah.
lineup. This is really cool. So they had like one from every
decade.
Lovely.
Or model, yeah, it was really cool. I actually really enjoyed this bit. It was quite good to see them all next to each other.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I see. Yeah, so I got so you can see
Yeah.
split Zwitter oval, 58, 60. Yeah, that's
I've got
cool.
more photos of each one.
Even cooler is in Brazil. Like, well, obviously we would stop, whereas they carry on. But they did. They bought.
Didn't they carry on building taxis there or something?
Yeah, they had a special model in the 90s.
1993.
Which would be that.
All right. Because you could
This
definitely
says-
buy
Says
you could
yeah,
buy
throwback.
combis into the noise, couldn't
Yeah.
you, in Brazil?
Yeah, they did a throwback car where they. It was around about the time because obviously they made the Brasilia, then they did the Gold. But then during Gold production, they made a throwback Beetle,
All right.
which is probably that one, like in the mid 90s somewhere. I could be way off, but yeah. I thought it was
So
nice
do they put a
character.
little plaque on everyone's number plate explaining
Yeah.
what it is? That's a nice touch, isn't it?
When
It
it's
was.
in the display, yeah. So this is
And is the red
Oh,
one
yeah,
the last
okay.
one, is
So
it?
yeah.
So I'd say,
That's
yeah,
the
that's the latest car there and the
Yeah.
earliest car there.
Yeah,
It's a nice way to do it. You should
Yeah,
do
it
that.
was
We should
really
do it in the
cool.
UK.
it was really cool.
I think they're across the tips, aren't they? Like the 4-tip.
Mm.
me.
Working. Yeah, this is the like building
Yeah.
that you were saying
It's
about.
really hard to capture how it actually felt like there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was us to get in some shade because we
Yeah.
got so hot.
Well,
We
yeah,
had to
I'm
keep
noticing.
having breaks.
This is not many patina cars. They're all
No.
shiny paint cars.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there isn't.
There's not even a lot of sunburnt stuff.
No.
No, that's what I mean. It's
No.
Well, you'd
surprising.
expect, because that's
Yeah.
California, half of them would be
Yeah.
baked, wouldn't they?
Original paint sunburn.
Pode você me entregar em agosto. Em agosto. Em abril eu te devolvo.
Yeah.
Lots of.
But that must have been interesting just in itself, wasn't it?
Oh, they got.
You know, seeing all this weird
Yeah.
modified stuff you haven't seen before.
I really, really enjoyed it. I really like the different. Yeah, it's just you can just tell that it's a completely different way of looking at cars than we would.
Yeah.
But in Europe, we focus so much either on extreme modern or complete, trying to restore it back to how it's supposed to look.
Do they have big
That's a great
clubs? Do
photo.
they have clubs there that all hang out together, sort of like cliques?
Yeah.
Like, do they have a sort of like badass club a bit like? So in you'd have the radical bugs in Belgium. I remember first seeing those guys and thinking they're almost like cholo gangsters, aren't they? And then like or German folks in California.
No, I don't. I could be wrong. We weren't introduced to anyone or anything like that. I don't think. No.
I often find that like big countries they have like a club of do you remember pan scrapers in Spain and stuff like that? Yeah.
This was nice.
I've never been a member of a club.
Oh, this is the ID buzz.
I don't.
The bad boys.
Bad boy club.
We can get matching tattoos.
This was the entrance to the show. So everyone coming in. Yeah, some really nice stuff there.
Imagine shady spots are in
really.
high demand.
Yeah.
Especially on the second day, it was getting quite intense. It was hotter on the second day.
There was this, which was.
I was going to say that's a bit of a break from the norm.
I like that Brazilian.
Love Brazilian.
Red is not really my thing, but I quite like that one.
So there you go. That's a Brazilian top three.
It's a Brazilian fasting.
Fasting, yeah.
So that's where the stage was.
Oh, sorry.
It's alright. The stage was behind there.
Behind here, and then about lunchtime. So it's like what time was it? At
11.
1 o'clock. We went to Santos. It was really cool in there. We had some really good lunch. Another doggy. That's us. We got chauffeured in, didn't we?
We did.
And it was a really cool place. All decked out with really cool stuff.
Oh, you can eat in there?
Yeah,
we had lunch in there.
Get your hair cut and eat?
No, I don't think it's a barber's anymore. But we put a hay banner sticker on.
Good. Good. Represent.
And this
Food
was our
incredible.
food. It was so much. These were amazing, weren't they?
Yeah.
What even are they?
I don't know. They were like
Cones.
Pastry cones.
Pastry cones with potato salad.
Yeah.
And then they thought, do you know what? They need some more food. We might bring some eggs out. And they brought eggs because we're vegetarian.
Because they made it a massive deal that we were vegetarian.
Vegan.
Vegan.
Yeah.
But then they gave us this and it had meat in. But
Oh well.
It's fine. It's only.
How many times did you guys accidentally eat meat without realising?
3 times.
Yeah.
3 times in a few days. That's quite a lot, isn't it?
Yeah. This is back, and then we went back to the show. So we just literally had lunch and came back.
And do you think I see a lot of flags and stuff? They're dead proud to be Brazilian.
Yeah, 100%.
Very patriotic.
Yeah.
100%.
Because you wouldn't walk around the UK show and see flags everywhere.
No.
See more German flags than English ones, don't you?
So this is the other side of the show.
It's
this
almost
is
like
kind
a
of
sunshine, isn't it?
yeah. I think this is just people that go into
Is
the
that
show
like the
park.
everyday show and shine? Now I think that all shows should do that. I think if I ran a show, I'd have air-cooled parking or classic parking.
There used to be an award. I can't remember what show it was at, but it was from the car park.
Yeah, the best one in the car park.
Yeah,
but you're
you
not going to walk around the car park.
You didn't get a choice. The judges did. They used to walk around the car park.
Yeah, but I wouldn't as a punter. But I would walk round an air-cooled car park.
Yeah,
all
that's
day
what
long.
you're saying. Yeah.
Oh, and then we got our photo taken in this. We've actually got
is
the photos
Oh, yeah.
over there, haven't we?
Yeah.
So
That's
this was a
inside
cool
of-
little
I like
van
that.
that he had, and it printed off our photos. I've got a video of us doing
He
it.
definitely really wanted us to do
Yeah,
that,
he
didn't
did.
It's a bit weird.
This was something that I wanted to take home.
It looks like something on Steve Walker's mantelpiece.
Yeah, he does actually.
It was really strange. This is pretty cool.
They're well popular. They are. Like, see them all over YouTube. People try and make them.
Yeah.
This was a cute dog. Also, there was a weird thing with dogs in Brazil. They all had like stickers on them. Like, why did this have
Yeah, that other one had daisies.
daisies? Yeah, like they all had like these weird
Stickers
little
on
stickers.
their dogs.
I feel like we should put them on ours.
I think we should definitely get stickers for our dogs. Yeah.
So that was at 5:30, and then I think we just had a few drinks and chilled out for a bit.
Yeah,
and then
it was really nice.
This was at like 7 when it got dark, and we still at the show. and this was just another part of the show. The stage is over here,
Is it,
bars and stuff
That's
over
like the
here.
show and shine. That
is
is.
it a day show or a weekend show?
Weekend.
Cool.
Did it all again next day.
But this was really nice. We just chilled on the hill, didn't we? And then we went out for a lovely dinner.
Yeah.
Which was
intense.
It was really intense. We had, how many of us?
Right,
there
so
was about 20 of us at this table.
We drove past this on the way in, this restaurant, and I think we were told the same fact a few times, that it is the biggest restaurant. No, it's the restaurant serving the most amount of people at the same time.
Yeah.
Right.
Most amount of people. I don't know how you
so it
would
has the
say
most
that.
amount of tables.
No, they hold the world
now.
record for
Right.
it. 4,000 people at the same time.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's massive, and
How many people were there when you were there?
4,000.
Was it really busy?
It was
it?
so busy, and everyone's on. You would see pictures in a minute,
And they're all just running around with trays of food.
and how they do it in, well, not all the time, but they just bring out.
You don't.
It's like a buffet, but they just bring it out and put it on your table.
So
Right,
you
so
don't
it's more table
order a meal as such. Some places you do,
Yeah.
but in a lot of them, you just sit down and then they just bring food along. You go yeah or no to whatever they've got, and you just eat in bits as they come round. But they're always bringing stuff, and then you
it's
pay
so
a
busy,
set price at the end, I guess.
Yeah, I think so.
But
Oh, yeah,
it was
so
a
it's
lot
almost
of
like a
cheese,
buffet,
a
but
lot
they
of
bring the buffet to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
a lot of pastas,
I
a lot
like
of
that idea.
cheese,
Yeah.
a lot of meat. But it was cool.
Yeah, it was cool.
And
They're my main three food groups.
whilst we were out for dinner, so this is everyone we've sat on a table with, so there's quite a lot of us. And this is Juan and his family and his friends. These two were lovely, weren't they? They
Yeah,
looked
really-
after us the whole
I
time.
think he owned the Blue Bus, didn't he? at the
Yeah.
start?
And he owned.
And there's the blue plaques up there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so
yeah.
they gave us all these Curitiba Volksfest signs, and this was Bob's worker that he works in Brazil.
We went out for dinner. That was probably about 10:30 p.m. by
Yeah,
the
it
time we
was
actually
really
got out of
Really?
the show. Yeah, and we were so tired.
I
We
think I
got
would have
picked
been
up
dead
at-
by then.
Yeah.
And me and Niels told the waiter that it was Bob's
Oh, yeah.
birthday, didn't we? And they came over and everyone sang him like happy birthday, and he loved it.
He did.
Was it really his
I
birthday?
said
No.
no.
Oh,
I
no.
told Nell, I was like, I don't know if we should. Like Bob will like it, and you were like, yeah, he will. And I was like, okay. I
Did he find it funny?
Yeah, he loved
He
it.
found it hilarious.
He found it so
and
funny.
and then all the way through the holiday, didn't we? Holiday trip. He was like, he kept on saying, didn't he? Oh, but it is my birthday.
Yeah. It was great, and he got a free brownie and ice cream, didn't he? And then we did it all again the next day. So this was
Pretty much.
Curitiba Volksfest day 2. We didn't take as many photos of cars because it was a lot of the same vehicles.
No, it's quite
but
good. It gives you more time to chill out and
It was
relax
much
and
more
meet
chill
people
day.
and things. Yeah.
Again, it was still really good. So this is some of the photos from that day. We went in a different bus this day. Actually, me and you were separated on this day. Yeah, we went in 2 different buses.
Oh, that was a good coffee, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
we
Iced
went and
coffee.
got
After all that, you probably guys might be glad for a little bit of
Yeah.
separation. no?
Yeah. Well, no, we had our separate hotel rooms. And,
Yeah,
in
we
that-
got a bit
in
of
that
space,
hotel,
but
yeah.
we probably just slept in our room.
Yeah,
we
we
did nothing
did,
else,
yeah.
did we? Like,
Yeah.
you know, I didn't even have time to call you and update you on anything, did I?
What was also
People just
cool was
chilling.
that Bob had sorted out for
Oh.
us all 3 magazines to have our own flags there, which was
Oh,
really
cool.
cool.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
really nice.
So that was the Hot VW's
How
one.
kind.
There's the Hayburn one.
But that's really
It's
nice,
really
that is, isn't
nice,
it? It
yeah.
must make you feel really welcome.
Yeah, it was really cool.
I must say I was chuffed to see that
Yeah.
when you sent me a photograph. Thought, wow, in Brazil, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like
Yeah.
a real presence.
Yeah.
See that door with the rib along the bottom
Yeah.
there? That's a sort of Brazil only thing as well.
Oh, right, okay. It looks cool.
Yeah, I like it. So that was the stage. It was a really, really cool place to have a show. It was really nice.
It's nice.
Yeah, I really liked this one.
You dig a ragtop, do you know?
Yeah.
I've noticed that a lot of the cars are ragtops.
Yeah.
There's a lot of ragtops.
You'd have it though, wouldn't you?
Yeah,
if you
Yeah.
lived
This
there?
was lovely.
Yeah, that was cool.
It was so shiny. I remember like walking over to it and being blinded. Really nice.
A ruby red? No.
This was the barbecue, which was pretty intense.
Yeah, look at that meat.
Yeah, it was
Type
really
3
cool.
barbecue.
Yeah, just look at it all lined up. It was.
That's
pretty-
amazing.
Yeah, it was,
Dan,
you
been
would have
so-
been in your
Yeah.
element, Dan. Like it was.
I love cooking.
But
meat
to
on
be fair,
fire.
they had all of the veg like barbecued as
Yeah,
well.
that
And we
was
had
nice.
that, and it was really, really
Yeah,
good.
that's good.
Selfie. Yeah.
Oh, that's bad.
This was cute.
I like that.
That was actually at the combination
Yeah, it was,
stand,
yeah,
wasn't it?
Yeah. I pointed to you. I was like, "Now look," and you loved it.
Yeah, this was cool.
Yeah.
This wasn't there on the Saturday. I think they did this
No,
on the
that's
Sunday.
kind of their take on cow
I was
lookers,
going to
isn't
say
it?
there's a bit cow look.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool.
I'd say their take. They were just sort of cow look, aren't they?
Yeah.
These are amazing.
We enjoyed a sweet treat. That was really good, weren't it?
Are they cold?
No, it was like
it's like
stuffed churros. Like so, they filled it with like Nutella and then
Right.
put Nutella on top, and then you got your own.
So in Brazil, they grow sugarcane.
Yeah.
So that's why they love their sweet stuff.
Right.
But
Yeah,
it's all
they're
not
not proper
refined
sweet.
sugar.
It's
It's all
domestic,
really, really healthy,
Pure.
pure sugar. Well, I wouldn't say healthy, but
So,
you know, it's not processed
Yeah.
sugar and
Yeah.
it's really fresh.
Oh, who's the little girl?
So she was really
Victoria.
sweet, wasn't she, Victoria? She was the owner of the vehicle, like this band's daughter, and we spent quite a lot of time with her, and she was really lovely.
Added us on Instagram.
Yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, I've got her on
And how
Instagram
old is
now.
she?
Well,
8, wasn't it?
yeah, 8 or
Yeah.
9. She was really
Yeah, it's
sweet.
really cute.
Um,
Yeah, she liked you, didn't she? 'Cause she
Yeah.
was talking about makeup with you.
yeah, she was. She was really sweet. Driving around. Oh, this was Garage M here,
Oh.
so this is just passing it.
So, but you guys got some nice sunsets, yeah?
Yeah,
Because they were still working at 10 at night.
Yeah. but it got dark really early
Yeah.
Oh, a
because
bit
it's
like
going
America,
into their
yeah,
winter.
yeah.
I was going to say,
So-
but it's something that people don't realise is how northern we actually are.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
So
sure.
that's why we get long summers and short winters.
Yeah, see, this
But most
photo
people
was
don't. It's more
taken
in the
at
middle.
this
Yeah, we
photo
were
was taken
speaking
at
to
20 to
a
6.
guy in Hawaii, me and Vic
Yeah.
were FaceTiming him for a business meeting, and he was like, "What time is it there?" We were like, "Oh, yeah, it's like 9:30," and the sun was still out, and
Yeah.
he was like,
What?
"Fuck."
Yeah.
Ours went down at 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we went back to Garage M. So after the full day at Volksfest, we went back to Garage M, where everyone went. It was like after everyone had finished the show, everyone went there.
Well,
so
so
it's
just the people going to the show.
yeah, like
Yeah.
everyone just once the show was closing up, everyone went over
Stop
to
by and I
yeah
went
Garage M, and it was really cool because there was so many vehicles there, and there was a massive lorry, wasn't there?
Yeah.
That was like putting cars on.
Yeah,
to-
like a car.
Car transporter.
Car-
So what's the score? Over there, do they have a lot of shows, or is it just a select few? Because it seems like things like that, that's quite different to the UK.
Yeah.
I mean, people will leave the Volkswagen show and think, I've had enough cars now, I'm going home.
Mm.
Yeah.
Right,
But then here they seem to want to drag it down. But
Yeah.
that says to me that they don't have a lot of. I mean, what did we say? What month was it that I worked out? There was 21.
May. Yeah, it was in May,
21
wasn't it?
shows in the UK alone. And I guess if they've got 2 or 3, people are really going to stretch it out, aren't
Yeah.
they?
So the main thing about Brazil is how bloody big it is. So
Yeah.
you know, if a lot of people flew in as well to the show
Right.
because their roads over there are so bad. Like we did a lot of flying when we went out there because we couldn't cover the
Right,
places
It would just
that
take you so long.
yeah, there
Yeah.
was one. So, oh, I won't ruin it. Spoiler alert. Where we went after this, if we'd gone by road, it's like from here to like probably Russia or something.
Right, yeah.
But it would probably take us like
Three
a
days.
day
Yeah.
on like European roads. But with them, it would probably take them a week.
Right.
So a lot
and
of
they're not in
people
VWs
would
as
travel
well.
back on the Monday probably rather than the Sunday,
Yeah.
so they'll find somewhere to stay that night. So they might as
Yeah.
well drag it out.
So that night, this is what Nell's talking about, the car transporter that was there, he was just loading it up, and then he was flying back, and then he'd pay the company to bring like
so they don't have
10,
to drive
10 cars. Yeah. It's crazy.
I guess that makes sense. Yeah.
Right?
That's cool, isn't it?
Yeah, I like that.
Base split panel van.
Yeah.
I think I've seen one.
Yeah.
I dig that.
It's weird, isn't it?
That's what I mean.
Yeah, I'd like that. I do like that.
Yeah.
It's a cool looking bus as well, isn't it?
What Vic kept saying a lot was like, should look at something and goes, there's something not right about it.
That's it.
Is that what you just about to say?
Yeah.
Everything was just a bit odd. Yeah, and it was quite cool to see because I'm not as clued up with parts and things and know exactly where they're coming from as say probably you two, but like I could see things from different cars and be like, is that right? I don't know.
Yeah.
It was really cool.
Everything about that is just a little bit weird for a... Notice how the badge on the front's pressed into the panel.
Oh, yeah.
It's cool, isn't it?
It's actually a badge.
Yeah.
It's cool.
This was a good night.
It was a really good night.
We asked for a glass of wine and then 3 bottles got delivered to the table. It was just like, what?
We only had 1 bottle, didn't we? And
yeah, we gave it back to the bar, but and they were so confused about it. We were like, we can only drink 1, so we'd paid for the bottle, but we were like, might as well give it back to them. And we went and gave it back, and they were like, what? They were like,
just drink it.
Yeah, they didn't understand.
I like Bob's shirt.
What did it say?
It says no shoes, no shirt, no problem.
And then this is us having our milkshakes. It's a great photo. Collection that was being made into a museum.
Yeah, we had the first viewing